Right now, you are probably procrastinating. You are staring down thousands of pages of dense material, the exact kind of massive syllabus that decides if you pass a university final or clear a brutal professional bar exam. And you are waiting to feel motivated. Motivation is a lie. It is a fleeting, highly unreliable emotion that evaporates the exact second a textbook gets difficult or a concept becomes hard to grasp. You might try to mask this friction by making your study routine look good. You curate the perfect playlist and buy expensive highlighters to make the process more enjoyable. But relying on comfort to get through hard work makes you vulnerable to the first sign of difficulty. To survive the actual grind, we have to look past modern study hacks to a 2,000-year-old discipline. We need the rigid framework of Stoic philosophy. Stop waiting for an emotional spark. It is time to turn your study routine into a mental fortress, training your brain with the exact same deliberate intensity you would use to train a muscle. The foundational rule of Stoicism is the dichotomy of control. Epictetus stated plainly that we control some things and we completely lack control over others. This flowchart divides a student's mental energy. Notice the overflowing red column. Agonizing over the examiner's mood, pass rates, or difficulty drains your cognitive load. Now watch the red dissolve entirely. What you control expands. Your focus, sitting here, reading that specific chapter. A Stoic student builds an impenetrable wall between their daily effort and the ultimate outcome. You put in the reps, do the work, and let the results take care of themselves. By cutting out the variables you cannot affect, you reclaim massive amounts of cognitive energy, channeled directly into executing the work. Executing that work is not supposed to be easy. The Stoics practiced voluntary discomfort, actively seeking out friction rather than running from it. Seneca, one of Rome's wealthiest men, regularly slept on the cold floor and ate cheap food to prove he could survive the hardship. When you sit at your desk, studying complex subjects causes friction. Your brain is accustomed to the cheap dopamine of digital scrolling, so it rebels when forced to decipher complex logic or memorize endless notes. To use Stoicism here, you must actively embrace that friction. Make it a battle of endurance. Lock your phone in another room. Sit in absolute silence. Train yourself to be absolutely bored so that the textbook becomes the most interesting thing in the room. By refusing to take the high dopamine way out, you systematically build cognitive muscle. Treat every hour of deep focus like a heavy set in the gym, turning those dense textbooks into manageable tasks. Once you secure your focus, you still have to deal with the ultimate barrier to execution, the paralyzing fear of failing the exam. The Stoics used a technique called premeditatio malorum, which translates to the premeditation of evils. Instead of relying on blind optimism, you actively imagine the absolute worst-case scenario. This risk matrix maps out specific academic failure scenarios, like forgetting a key concept or skimming the main topic. By visualizing these obstacles in advance, they lose their terrifying power. You realize failing isn't fatal. You adapt, study harder, and retake it. Systematic logic reduces the impact of irrational fear. Once you account for the worst-case scenario, you can return your focus to the only thing that matters, the execution. Finally, we reach the ultimate level of Stoic mastery, amor fati, or the love of your fate. Stop wishing the exam was easier and start wishing you were better. Difficult chapters and late nights provide the specific resistance you need to sharpen your intellect. These moments are the training ground for your future focus. A victim looks at their schedule and says, "I have to study this." An empowered Stoic looks at a brutal study session and says, "I get to master this." The preparation process builds the mental fortitude you will need long after the exam is over. You are training the person you become once the test is finished. Stop being a victim of your schedule. You are the architect of your future. Put your phone away and get back to work.